Capricorn? My name is Megan. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we talk all things spirituality. My readings are for sun, moon, and rising signs. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like and comment on this video if it just so happens to resonate with you. Today we're going to take a look at the person that is on your mind currently. Let's do it, Capricorn. What's going on with them and their person? King of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, you could be dealing with a fellow earth sign, someone who's very stable, someone who's very responsible. And yes, this is a past person, somebody that you have known from your past. Either a past person here in our 3D physical reality that we're living right now, or a past soul life connection where it makes you guys feel very, very strong towards each other. Yeah, this person is extremely stable. They're extremely sort of that energy of, if you were to be with this person, they would be the kind of like a boss, right? They'd be like, you'd be like, hey, can I have money for this, or can I do this? Yeah, how much you need? No problem. Very loyal, very giving, very stable financially. And again, yes, this is either somebody from your past or somebody from a past life. What got in the way of this connection? Knight of Swords reversed. This person causes this person a lot of anxiety too, because they know that there's an aspect to their personality that likes to play around a little bit more than they should. And this causes them inherent anxiety, uncertainty. It's like as many feelings as they have for you, it's like there's this player way about them. It's almost the sense that, like, so in numerology and astrology, right? We have two numerological placements. I'm going to do videos teaching all of this, but we have two numerological placements. And then we actually have two astrological placements that are the main ones, right? We also have our birth chart composed of a lot of different placements, which I do teach. I teach that in numerology. So if you guys are interested in a personal reading, don't hesitate to click the link in my description box. I charge $22. Economy's tight. I'm really just trying to help people. So go ahead and book that. If you would like, I can dive a lot deeper into your own personal situation. But as of right now, it truly looks like somebody very stable, somebody very reliable, has this unique pairing of being a player and sort of looking at what's around them. Kind of, yeah, in and out energy. And it's a very conflicting place for you to be, because this is either a past person or a past soul life soulmate, like I said. And that makes it confusing because there is this bond between you two. There's a bond between you two, but it's like you're in the energy of, I can't be in the middle of these two energies, so what's it gonna be? That's kind of the energy that I'm getting. And again, it's causing not just you anxiety. This is actually causing them anxiety too, because I don't even think this person's sure who they want to be. You know, this person needs to decide. Do they want to be a player and play the field and see what's out there and sort of lie and get away with a lot of things? Or do they want to step up into their natural state? Because I feel like this person has a lot of these natural abilities to be this way. I do feel like they just flip and flop. It's probably why it ended in the past or even in a past life. It's like this person, you want to know why? Page of Wands. This person is definitely in their ego. They could be very extroverted, so they end up meeting a lot of people and then falling into sort of these sexual encounters that don't really mean anything at all. But that being said, this person doesn't want to get rid of that part of their life. That being said, though, they're showing you all these great qualities too of being stable, not just financially, but like maybe they have a beautiful home where you feel like you could settle down. I don't know. There's just something about that there. This person's very conflicted, and they are coming towards you. If they haven't, they will be soon. But this is the kind of person, wow, okay. This is the kind of person that you'll get excited about this aspect of their personality. and the strong connection that you feel towards them from the past. But then that excitement slowly turns to anxiety. When you intuitively feel, or when you see things, when you observe things, of them stepping back into this player type energy. And of them stepping back into their ego. So, could be dealing with a Cancer. Even though this person's coming towards you with the Chariot card, you're afraid they may go back into old cycles of not treating you like you're enough once they have you. Right? When they show this energy about themselves, this is a very conflicted person. To be honest, if I'm being honest, Capricorn, I feel like you guys haven't had good readings lately, but I don't know. I want to run my channel where I always tell you guys the truth, because my ultimate goal from this channel is to help people with all my knowledge, with everything I know about this. I don't want to get on here and just sort of, yeah, they're into you, yeah, they're not, but I want to like actually help people understand their situations and how they can improve their lives, even if it's painful sometimes, what they need to do, how they can improve. And believe me when I say, the only thing that makes me qualified to help people is all the shit I've been through in my own life. But that's how it works, right? I don't know how many out there of you sort of believe in light workers, starseeds, but I've come to the conclusion that I am one, much to my chagrin, because if you've done the research of light workers, a lot of people think light workers are some special souls chosen by God to come and help. But we are, and you probably are if you're watching this. Anyone watching this channel right now is more than likely a light worker, because in order to become spiritually aware and have a spiritual awakening to the point where you're actually able to understand cards are just energy and figure out situations because it is energy. I don't know. It just seems like there's just such a stigma around this, but it's just energy. It's just helping people. And my only goal with this channel is to help people, as many people as I can. And when I see this kind of dichotomy where someone's showing you stability, it's just, the King of Pentacles is very stable, right? Stability, past life soulmate energy, they feel it too. No matter how hot and cold this person is, they feel that too. That's why instead of just staying cold, they're coming back hot, because they feel that too. But again, it just really trips you up because they change. And a lot of times, most of the time, oh, what's that? Yeah, sorry. Squirrel. Most of the time, Capricorn, when somebody's acting like this, it actually has nothing to do with you. And I know it feels like it has everything to do with you. I've been in this situation before where when they would go cold, I would be like, what did I do wrong? And if you're someone out there who's asking what you've done wrong, you have done nothing wrong. I would say look me in the eye, but it's a camera. Look me in the camera. Look me right in the camera. No. Seriously, just, God, I've been losing my train of thought today lately. Goodness. Really, really understand that this person, anyone who acts like this, hot and cold, they're dealing with demons that I don't even think you would want to know about. Potentially demons from childhood, demons, we all get traumatized, right? That's how we learn, that's how we grow. It's a part of the human experience, a shitty one. But it is necessary. And I am getting that this person's kind of getting sick of being this way themselves. I feel like they've been this way with a lot of different people. Let's see, I'm curious. Should I almost said Libra, but it's Capricorn. Should Libra, I was going to say should Libra confront this situation, but I want to preface this by saying, when I say confront, I don't mean like, you did this, you did that, start a huge fight, right? Because that's really low vibrational. No one wants to There's very healthy way of doing things. And a healthy way that you could do this is just really have an open-ended conversation. You could start it by saying, you know, wherever you're at, that's fine. Because not Cancer, because Capricorn, at the end of the day, the universal law is you cannot change anybody. You cannot change anybody. Everyone's where they're at. That's why we have different astrological placements, different numerological placements. That's why we have different makeups of energy within us. Is we can't ever change another person because they're not supposed to be like us. They're supposed to be like them. They have a completely unique makeup. And astrology and numerology can really be the thing that helps you understand not just other people, but it can really help you understand why people are the way they are, not just in romantic relationships, in the workplace, in family-wise, everywhere. All of this information, right? The Western astrology, the Chinese astrology, numerology, gematria, and astrology, all 5 of those things. If you can really learn about all of those, you will crack the key to the matrix. We live in a matrix, and feel free to disagree with me if you want. It's fine because I'm such a spiritual person as a 777. My numerology is made up of a 777. 7's the number of the loner. I spend a lot of time alone, but it's essential for a 7 because when they're alone, they have all that time to garner all that knowledge that makes them a genius. So I've done this a lot in this reading today. I digress. I don't even know where I was going with that. But we're going to go with it. I'm not going to edit. So yeah, it's making you really upset and sad with this 10 of Swords energy here that this person's showing you one thing, but then they're in their ego. And they're acting like the Knight of Wands reverse. Player, in and out energy. Not sure what they want. And that part is really confusing for you. But going back to what I said, just understand it's important to kind of state your boundaries at this point with this person if you haven't already. For some of you have, but for others of you, you haven't. And the reason why it's important is because, let's say you state your boundaries when it comes to this connection. Like, listen, I'm tired of the hot and cold. You either want to step into this King of Pentacles energy with me, or you don't. But either way, I'm not sticking around for it. If you choose the other, I'm gone. And it's very important that you say that, Cancer, because I know how easy it is. No matter what, you don't want to lose the person. I know, I've been there. But if you tell them kind of where you're at and they decide, I'm sorry, I'm not ready for anything, whatever, I just want this, you need to understand that you deserve so much better. This person ain't nothing special. They may be to you right now, but you will move on and you will find somebody else. Now, if this person kind of comes back with your standards and boundaries and says, no, like, I've been acting this way because I just haven't been sure where this is going and I'm afraid, whatever it is that they say. It's okay to trust this King of Pentacles energy. It's okay to trust that because they may be just embodying this energy, but acting like this energy to throw you off. And that's in very small cases. It's not going to be for all of you. For most of you, what they're showing you is probably who they are. If they're showing you this side of themselves, that could very well be who they are. So keep that in mind. And always, and try to go into this conversation with, no matter the outcome, I'm going to be okay. They want to stay in this energy, I'm not going to get mad. I'm just going to accept it, you know? Because the worst thing you can do when someone tells you that you don't want, and I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if it does, I want to make sure you're prepared. Because this is actually a situation I've been in before. I want to make sure that you're well equipped. So if they do kind of throughout the conversation, and I don't think that this will be easy for them because they also have this feeling for you too of the King of Pentacles. And they also recognize either soulmate life, past life soulmate energy, or you guys have done this before. You guys have done this dalliance before. They very well may be feeling like the King of Pentacles, but just in case they come with you and they say, no, this is all I want, I kind of want to play the field, whatever, even though I've been pursuing you quite a bit. If they come at you with this energy, it is up to you, Cancer, to know your own worth. You are complete as is. You do not need this person to make your life complete. And that's essentially what's going to make you feel nice and calm no matter what this person says, no matter where this goes. If you do decide to kind of lay your boundaries down, no matter what they say, King of Pentacles or Knight of Wands, no matter which way, in fact, it's even better. Because when you confront it, you're giving in a nice way. When you confront it in a nice way, you're giving this person the opportunity to decide who it is that they want to be with you. They choose this, Knight of Wands reverse, player energy, you're out. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. But you're out. You have to be, because ultimately you deserve somebody who's going to give you this energy. And this person may have half done that. They may have kind of done that. But at the end of the day, when they were given a choice, if they would rather stay in that energy, I need you to realize, Cancer, there is somebody with King of Pentacles energy, or whatever energy that you're really wanting out there in life. It's out there. There are billions and billions and billions of people in the world. And I know I can sit here behind this camera all day and tell you that. But when you're really living it, it's tough. It sucks. It sucks to the point where it's hard to function. Rejection is one of the most painful human emotions we can feel. But potentially it'll be necessary for you to move on to someone who's actually going to give you stability, security, and just a sense of peace. I'm not saying that that is going to be the case. It could very well be the case if this person says, no, I've just been being like this because I don't know how you feel, or whatever, however the situation transpires. And then they kind of tell you, no, this is how I feel. Well, then the fact that you laid down the boundary is a really good thing. So what I'm trying to tell you sometimes I don't even need the cards or to pull advice. I can kind of feel energy no matter what. I use the cards as just kind of a guide. I'm not going to use them. Your advice here, Cancer. Am I on Cancer? Yeah. No, I'm not. Capricorn. Your advice here, Capricorn, is that you're going to be fine no matter what. This person chooses this way. You'll be fine. This person chooses this way. You'll be fine. Only you'll be fine with the King of Pentacles. Either way, you are whole. The moment you were born, you were whole and complete on your own. It is all these outside definitions that convince us we need to go to work to survive a 9-to-5 dead-end job that doesn't even pay rent anymore, right? That's a system. It's a system that probably needs to be dismantled, to be honest. Yeah, any type of, like, I don't know, I get the feeling that you're going to be really happy when this person tells you. Because I want to pull some more. How does this person feel about Capricorn at the deepest level? Is it more King of Pentacles? Or is it more the Knight of Wands reverse? How is this person feeling at the deepest level if Capricorn's willing to state their boundaries? What I was starting to say, I think, is when we do get the courage to state those boundaries, and it's so hard because we don't want to lose anybody, right? We don't want to lose someone that we really care about and like. But you also don't want to keep going through life like this, you know? At some point, we do have to sort of state those boundaries and standards. And in doing that, you'll find out really fast. You'll find out really fast what it is that this guy wants, or this person wants. There's no gender in tarot. They want to be a player and go and play the field? Bye. You're on to the net. Even if you don't have anyone in your midst right now, many of you probably do have someone else on the line that you could communicate. Just because this person's being so confusing, I feel like maybe that's almost a sense of self-protection. I feel like if this person tells you that they want King of Pentacles, that's how they're feeling towards you, though, you'll drop all of that. It's more the fear in you right now that they may be in this energy. Okay. What is the advice for Capricorn in dealing with this situation? It's okay to have boundaries and standards, but we always want to make sure that we do them in a very calm, collected way, and through a very nice conversation, right? A lot of people choose to sort of communicate their boundaries and standards, or their confusion that someone's putting them through towards, you know, they let it build and build and build and build because they don't want to lose the person, and then they explode. And this other person has no idea that you were even thinking or feeling these things. So a lot of times laying down our boundaries and standards is essential. It's just how you do it can make all the difference. Also, Capricorn, I want you to know that you're going to be just fine with or without this person. You always do. That's a Kid Leroy song, right? I always do. Google it. It's a great song. I love music. That's a great song. And it kind of reminds me of your reading right now. Death card reversed. Could be dealing with a Scorpio. This could be a whole new beginning. When the Death card is reversed, that tells me this could be a whole new beginning. You never know. This person may be feeling the King of Pentacles towards you and just doesn't know either how to go about it, or they don't know how you feel. So they've been living in this because they're unsure. You just don't really know until you actually have that conversation. So don't be afraid of it, because it's a win-win for you either way. If you have that conversation and they tell you, no, I just want to play the field, I'm in this Knight of Wands reverse energy, well, then you know. Then you know. Then you don't have to ruminate on it anymore and try to figure it out. We expend so much energy in these love connections sometimes just like trying to figure everything out. And it can be frustrating when all we have to do is just kind of have that simple conversation. And I know it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's almost easier sometimes just to ignore that kind of conversation. But it's easy only up front. It actually gets it's only seemingly easy, but really internally you have a battle in your head, which is never easy. So if you do confront this, and then no matter what the answer is, at least you have the answer. And you don't have to, again, ruminate and keep thinking about this. Advice for Cancer. This person may just surprise you with the Knight of Cups. With something small, they may just surprise you. But the advice is the Eight of Wands reversed. Don't take too much action towards this, because again, you're not quite sure where this person's at. They're showing you two different energies. And if someone's showing two different energies like that, definitely don't take action towards it. Because what are you even taking action towards? The King of Pentacles or the Knight of Wands reverse? Which energy? You know, this person needs to have some accountability and give you some clarification, and you may just have to ask for it. I do see some type of love coming in for you that could lead to marriage. Maybe once you confront this person and you find out they are in the Ten of Pentacles, if that's what they are. I'm not saying it will be. They may start making you like offers and treating you right, and then that could potentially lead to marriage. You could be dealing with a Taurus. All right, what other general messages do we have for Cancer? King of Cups reverse. Make sure that this person, you know, even if this person does tell you like, yeah, I feel the King of Pentacles about you, I've just been kind of putting up a front because I didn't know how you feel. Be very, very careful about this person either, number one, becoming emotionally dependent on you, but number two, kind of just telling you what you have to hear, even though they know they're not necessarily capable of giving you what you need emotionally. I feel like that would be a hang up with this person, because I don't see the King of Cups or any sort of cups other than the Knight of Cups. What this tells me is they're going to come in with the Knight of Cups if the conversation goes the way you think it will. They're going to come in with the Knight of Cups, which is like a very, very small offer, just because you kind of set your boundaries, told them how you feel. This person keeps an eye on you all of the time, which makes me want to believe that they are in that King of Pentacles energy and want something with you. They're just kind of putting on a front of like ego, player, out doing whatever they want, because deep down they do have all these feelings for you. You don't spy on somebody on social media or however they're doing it if you don't have feelings for them. This person pictures marriage with you. Maybe, I think that's why they're like in this energy of the Knight of Wands reverse, Page of Wands, ego. Maybe it's like last ditch effort before they really know that this is going to be a thing. You know, you don't keep an eye on people you don't care about. But for you, Cancer, your specific advice, let this person come to you with the 8 of Wands reverse. Let them come to you. And what I mean by that, because I also gave you the advice of have your boundaries, have your standards. We can do that in a very, very, very cordial way. And then we have the King of Cups reverse. So there's that King of Cups reverse. But like I said earlier in the reading, this person has a lot of trouble with emotions, right? Like I said, with this Knight of Cups, they're going to come in, they're going to try to offer you something once you let it be known that you want the energy of the King of Pentacles with this person, not the Knight of Wands reverse. You want something serious, something real. They're very likely to come in with a marriage of some sort, or at least a deep commitment with you. And it's all because, you know, you're not really, don't take action towards moving this forward, at least until you know how this person, where this person's at and how they feel. But with the King of Cups reverse, that definitely tells me this person's going to try to come in with a cup of love if they feel that King of Pentacles for you. But it's not going to come naturally to them. And down the road, be a little careful because, you know, if you're an emotional person, Cancer, I know you are, and it's not a bad thing, right? We need the water signs in this world to help us with emotions. I personally don't have a lot of water in my chart, but I also understand the importance of other people having water in their charts. So this person, I feel like, may not have a lot of water in their charts. Emotions just don't come naturally to them, but that's okay because that's what they love about you. But this person may be very, very difficult to get to open up. At least at first. At least at first. So the real thing here, Cancer, the first thing you got to do in this situation, for those of you that are resonating, figure out what kind of energy this person's trying to bring to this connection. And then that'll kind of tell you where to go from there. That is what I have, Cancer. Hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.